the key to both understanding yourself and to raising a healthy, happy child. Childhood narratives tell us who we are, what to expect from others, and how the world generally works. Because children misperceive so much, we are at enormous risk of developing unhealthy lifelong narratives. When we understand when we understand how narratives form, we can undo unhealthy narratives in ourselves and our children. Our earliest experiences, roughly the first 5 to 7 years of our life, have a profound effect on us because they are our first experiences. It's like we're born with a blank slate, and these experiences form our understanding of how things work. That's essentially what narratives are: the core stories about ourselves and others, and how everything works. And they become the basis of our lifelong beliefs. I'm gonna see this one. I pronounce it as sleet. Let's see, is it?
Slate.
Sleet. Well, I want the woman who pronounced this. I don't want this man.
Slate.
Slate. Yeah, it is slate. Again, where is it?
Slate.
Slate. Because narratives are based on childhood experiences, and because young children often don't understand what is happening or why, these narratives can be inaccurate, untrue, and ultimately unhealthy. For example, here are some common unhealthy narratives. I'm not good enough. Everyone's happiness is dependent on me. The world is a dangerous place and I have to watch out all the time. Narratives can also carry positive messages such as I'm lovable. I'll probably succeed if I work at it. And the world is a tough place, but I can deal with it. How narratives form in us. The amazing and terrifying thing about narratives is that they tend to be invisible to us. Because they form when we are so young, we simply accept them as the way things are. These core childhood narratives stay with us our whole lives, and they influence and often determine every decision we make. So, how do these narratives form? Here are the basics. Number 1, something happens. Number 2, we have some feelings about it. Number 3, we try to make sense of what's happened. Number 4, based on our feelings and our understanding of the event, we make up a story, a narrative about how things generally work. 2 examples. Let's say I am an 18-month-old and I've discovered the cat's tail. It's soft and fits perfectly in my hand. It's also connected to a cat, which itself is such a curious, intriguing thing. Naturally, I yank on the tail to run the tip across my cheek. You know what happens next? Let's see, yank.
Yank.
When I get scratched, it's thankfully only my hand. I feel surprised, hurt, and scared that such a wonderfully soft thing causes such pain. A new narrative starts to form. Cats are scary, unpredictable, and dangerous things. We could illustrate it this way: experience, event, narrative, emotional needs, feelings. Okay, This is a fairly straightforward example. Let's look at one that's a bit more complex, and that includes a child trying to make sense of what's happening. Imagine a family with two children, a healthy 3-year-old and a newborn with significant health issues. As the two parents deal with the incredible stress and their fears for their newborn child, how might the 3-year-old experience all this? Even with nurturing parents who tag team spending time in the hospital with spending time at home with the 3-year-old, their intense feelings may keep them from fully showing up for their older child because she is unable to intellectually appreciate, because she is unable to, where am I? Because she is unable to intellectually appreciate the position her parents are in. The 3-year-old is going to feel jealous, angry, and somewhat forgotten. In this situation, it's very common for a young child to tell herself that she is not important enough to get her parents' attention. She may go so far as to tell herself that the only way she can get her parents' attention is to have physical problems like her sibling. Of course, this doesn't make sense, but it is based on a 3-year-old's intense feelings and limited understanding. We can revise the diagram this way. While intellectual misperceptions, narratives, and experience, mindset, emotional needs, feelings. Now let's illustrate the narrative for this 3-year-old. Can't understand parents' absence, low self-esteem, sick newborn, child's sadness, jealousy, need for attention. When the newborn is eventually brought home, it's like the 3-year-old will continue to feel left out, given the high needs of her infant sibling. If the parents don't actively address both her feelings and her misperceptions, she may take on the belief that she is not worth much. The hope for change, feelings and narratives they produce are complicated, especially with very young children. While it may seem intimidating or discouraging that we and our children form unhealthy narratives based on our inevitable misunderstandings as young children, narratives can and do change. Throughout our lives, we create and reinforce narratives based on our experiences in this way. It's possible to undo unhealthy narratives, and it starts with recognizing the circumstances under which they are formed. For more on what types of unhealthy narratives children often develop, check out my post. Well, I think it's check this one. Let's close it. Well, I finished this one. Took me